Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, topic here we will discuss today it is the oxides of nitrogen. Basically, the word oxide, where does it come from? When any substance or any element is going to react with the oxygen, then the resulting product that it forms, it is basically called as oxides. And a lot of elements can make their oxides, like here we are talking about the group 5A element, which is the nitrogen. It can also form different types of oxides, and it can make the five forms of the different oxides. So the nitrogen, it can make the five different oxides. Now the number one oxide here we have, it is the dinitrogen oxide, or which is also called as nitrous oxide. The second one, it has the nitric oxide. The third one is nitrogen dioxide, and the fourth one is the simple nitrogen peroxide, or we can call it as nitrous or dinitrogen dioxide, or simple the nitrous anhydride. And the last one, which is the fifth one, it is called as the simple nitric anhydride. It is nitric anhydride. So these are the simple five oxides of the nitrogen that are existing in this nature, in which the first one is the dinitrogen oxide. The dinitrogen oxide, its formula is N2O, in which the two nitrogen atoms are present and the one oxygen atom is attached to it. So the nitrous oxide is a very simple oxide of the nitrogen by having one oxygen along with this. Then the second oxide of the nitrogen, it is the nitrogen oxide, which is a simple NO. That nitrogen oxide is one in which the nitrogen is having double bond with the oxygen, and when this nitrogen oxide can easily be prepared by simple action of the nitric acid, which is the HNO3. From HNO3 it can be easily prepared by the simple method. On the other hand, that nitrogen oxide is also called as the nitric oxide. The second name for this is the nitric oxide. And the simple its electron dot structure that we can draw here is the nitrogen. It contains double bond with the oxygen, and the remaining are its simple lone pairs, in which the oxygen is having two lone pairs along with this. And on the other hand, the nitrogen, as it just shared its two electrons with the oxygen, the remaining three electrons are over there on the nitrogen. So this is a simple electron dot and cross structure for the nitric oxide or the nitrogen oxide. The third one oxide of the nitrogen we have, it is the dinitrogen trioxide. Dinitrogen means here the two nitrogen atoms will be present and the five oxygen atoms will be present. So that's why it can be called as the dinitrogen trioxide. Dinitrogen or the trioxide, or it can be also called as the dinitrogen pentaoxide. Now the name here we have dinitrogen pentaoxide because the five oxygen atoms are present over there. When we just draw its electron dot in cross structure, then in the center we have the oxygen atom that is having two lone pairs, and it just make the bond with the two nitrogen atoms, and now these two nitrogen atoms will have the double bond with these two oxygens, and the single bond with the other oxygen, and the lone pairs over these oxygen will be given as the two lone pairs every oxygen will have, as these electrons do not participate in the chemical bonding. So this was a simple overview about the dinitrogen pentoxide, and that dinitrogen pentoxide is also known as the nitric anhydride. Its name is as nitric anhydride. Then the fourth one is the nitrogen dioxide. In where the nitrogen dioxide, the one nitrogen is having bond with the two oxygen atoms, and that nitrogen dioxide is also known as the nitrogen peroxide. Its other name is nitrogen peroxide. Basically, every oxide is given another name or a simple name for the simple understanding. Here, the nitrogen is having two oxygen atoms. If I just draw its electron dot structure, so the one oxygen is having double bond, the other is having single bond. The two lone pairs over the oxygen will be like this, and here the nitrogen will have its one electron here. So this is a simple nitrogen dioxide, which is called as the nitrogen peroxide. After this, we last one is the nitrogen pentoxide, which is dinitrogen. Dinitrogen means the two nitrogen atoms will be present along with the five oxygen atoms. So these are two nitrogen atoms, and these are the oxygen atoms present in this. So this is its simple structure. As nitrogen is having four bonds, so it contains the positive charge. On the other hand, here the oxygen is having one bond, so it contains negative charge. It is having extra electron, and this is its simple electron dot and cross structure for the dinitrogen pentaoxide. If we just talk about the dinitrogen trioxide, its formula is dinitrogen and O3 trioxide. This is called as the nitrous anhydride, and that nitrous anhydride is having its formula structure or the structure formula like two nitrogen atoms are present. The one is having double bond with the oxygen, the other is also having double bond with the oxygen. Now the one oxygen is remain, it will be over there, and the lone pairs over the oxygens atom will be there because these are not participating in the chemical reaction. So this was a simple overview about the oxides of the nitrogen. I hope you guys understand. And the next topic that we will discuss, it is the preparation of these oxides of the nitrogen, that what type of method we can use for their preparation. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.